Hi everyone, it's Anna with you here, and of course you are in the latest update on the situation here in Spain and our sunny, lovely Benidorm region. So for today I have quite a few news. I have news from yesterday and from today, but I'm just gonna try and make it as short as possible. Basically, what I want to say is that yesterday the state of alarm was officially over here in Spain. I cannot believe that it's finally over. It's been so long since we didn't have like normal-ish lives here. And this was the second state of alarm that we had here in Spain, and hopefully it's going to be the last one. So I'm going to give you some details. You know that for the day of yesterday, we don't really have numbers because it was weekend. But for Saturday, I do have some numbers. And on Saturday, we had 8,186 new cases. And the index on Saturday was 198 per every 100,000, which basically means that the index was getting lower. Hopefully today in the evening, when we'll get the new numbers, we will finally see that the index is still dropping, which would be just amazing news. You know that once the state of alarm is over, we don't have anymore a lot of the restrictions that we used to have. And basically this is resulting in some uncomfortable and not very good things here in Spain. There were some crazy parties going on, like in Barcelona, in Catalonia, and in Madrid, a lot of different regions here. Although here in Valencian region, I must say that everything is quite stable and normal regarding as per the necessary restrictions and measures. So our government has decided that they will open their eyes a little bit more, open their minds, and in case any of the regions here in Spain will decide that the situation is getting out of control once again, they will be able to formally request to our government the state of alarm, but only for their region, not for the whole Spain. And the government will approve this new law. So basically it means that, for example, if Catalonia or Andalusia or Valencian community will see that the situation is drastically getting worse, then they'll be able to contact the central government and say, okay, we have this situation, we need desperately the state of alarm once again to be able to put on place some new measures and restrictions. And then the government will basically approve that without even asking. This is what's going to be happening. So hopefully people will be acting like normal people and not relax that much so that the situation wouldn't get worse than it was. Here in our Valencian region, we still are in a low risk. We still have the best numbers of whole Spain, which is very, very nice, to be honest. There are some hospitals that didn't have any cases of COVID for weeks. And they even forgot what it is almost. So hopefully this is going to be the case, and hopefully we still will maintain this good situation and the lowering of cases each day and people in the hospitals for a long time. And hopefully we're going to be able to have good summer holidays for us, for families, for everyone, and especially for our children. So this is basically what's happening. The other thing that I wanted to let you know about is the price for rent here in Spain. In general, as a whole, Spain as a whole, the average percentage on which the price of rent decreased is 3.5 in all Spain. Especially prices decreased for a monthly, a long-term rent, as well as a short-term as well. Short-term also decreased their prices. In Madrid and Barcelona, these are the regions where basically the prices dropped a lot comparing to other regions. Especially the regions which were more affected are, for example, Balearic and Canarian Islands, just because these regions suffered a lot without any kind of tourism. So potentially a lot of the apartments or villas or houses, semi-detached, anything where you can live in basically, were for a short-term rental and for the people who are coming to the islands just to relax and enjoy their holidays. But since now it wasn't really possible anymore, so the only option is basically to lower the price so that a few tourists that are coming to the area would still be interested in these specific properties. This is basically what's happening right now. And as I've already said, the average square meters of the like general apartment house is of 104 square meters here in Spain, and the average rent is 960 euros per month. This is not including water, gas, or electricity. So this is the situation with the rent. Actually, right now in our area, for example, in Benidorm, I can say that there is a huge difference on what's happening. Probably this was like right now, there is an inflection point sort of a kind, which basically shows the before and after. Right now, once the tourism is available once again, even though it's more for like national tourists just for now, but still the price of the rent will be stabilized probably in the next few weeks, and then it might even start growing again, especially short-term rentals or like monthly rent, just because tourists will be able to come to our most touristic areas. Here in Benidorm, a lot of the apartments, which are long-term apartments, had, for example, a price of 800 euros, and then they were on the market for like 3, 4, 5 months, or maybe even more. And then I've seen that the prices were lowered like by 50 euros first, and they've seen there is no reply from the potential people who would like to rent, and they've lowered the price for 100 euros more. So right now, the people that, for example, for those who big apartment was expensive, too expensive, they can actually now allow this apartment for themselves, and they can actually pay for it because the prices are a lot lower than they were. This is what's happening. The other news that we were kind of worried about, not only were, we still are worried about, is what's happening with the UK's lights, like, you know, the lights for the tourism. Either it's a green or orange, I think, and red. And Spain was left behind out of the green light, which basically means that Spain is a not safe country to travel. Spain's government thinks that it's not fair because we have a lot of regions here that have lower amount of cases, like our Valencian region, for example, which majority of the tourism is actually from UK, for example. And they say that it's not fair because our region has like a best situation here in Spain and in general from a lot of parts in Europe, but we are still looked at like a part of Spain, and the probability of getting infected and the color of this new measure from UK is being put by the average of country, which means that if our average is like slightly less than 200, it was a few days ago, so we are like in a medium risk. Which means basically that all people who would like to come to Spain, the most probable is that they will have to have quarantine once they come back to UK. Which leads us to the next question. What's going to happen with tourism here in Spain? Because a lot of people are not simply able to have the quarantine after they come. Because once I've been working, when I was still working in the retreat where I was, and a lot of people were calling or just sending emails and saying they cannot permit themselves extra quarantine because either they will need to get like non-paid holidays, which means that the company won't pay for these and they will just basically waste money for their holidays, or they need to take less days holidays here in Spain and then stay like 7 or 10 days at home in a lockdown, which is not a good option for a lot of people, to be honest. Some people work at home, so they don't really mind having quarantine afterwards, but the majority is not. So yes, this is a difficult situation. I wonder what's going to happen with the hotels. A lot of the hotels are opening right now, like mid-May. The majority of them are opening. If like mid-May, June, the like 70% of all hotels that will be opening now in the next few weeks. Only a few of them are thinking to open in July. So it's going to be a difficult and tough decision to make. I know that we still have a national tourism, but we're just not going to be able to like maintain such a huge amount of hotels and workplaces and employees with only national tourism. We need international tourism as well, desperately. But it is what it is right now. This is basically what we have. Hopefully they're going to change their minds before they're going to open the border with UK. But as for now, this is what we got. The next news that I wanted to let you know about is about the holidays. The next news that I wanted to let you know about is about the theme parks that we have here in our Valencian region. We have a lot of different ones. For example, we have Terranatura and Aquanatura, which are here in Benidorm. Aqualandia is also here in Benidorm, Mundo Mar. Then there's also Terra Mítica. So like the majority of parks here, they are basically right near Benidorm. Which is why a lot of people choose exactly this region to travel, especially when they go with children. So Terra Mítica, this is a huge like park of wild animals from 5 continents. And it's made in the way that you also have some like performances there with birds, with wild animals. You get to see and even touch and give some food to different animals. There is a lot to do. There is children's playground. Never mind, that's Cookie, our Maine Coon, as usual. So they have a lot of different family options as well as bars and restaurants inside. But it was closed and very limited for quite a while. Right now, this park is open, and in May it's going to be opening only on weekends. Also Saturday and Sunday, and starting from June it's going to be opening every day, so 7 days a week from 10:30 until 8 o'clock in the evening. So the ones who will be coming eventually to our region for their holidays, you know that you can visit this beautiful, perfect park. Actually, you would need to spend like half of a day minimum there to be able to see everything. The other park, which is right near this one, is the Aquanatura. This is water park. It's water park plus like water slides park, but it's a lot softer than Aqualandia. Aquanatura is basically for families, for children of different ages. You even have some area for newborns and babies, and for adults as well. There are also some sea lions there that make some performance. You can actually swim with them, which is just amazing, although I probably will be afraid to do that because they are huge, even though they are well trained, but just, you know, they're wild animals. And this park is also open already. It has the same timetable as Terranatura, and it's also open on weekends just right now, but from June all month long. The Aqualandia, which is just crazy water slides park that we have in the Rincon, which is on the Levante beach on that side. Aqualandia, as I've said, it's more for adults, like more grown-ups, because they have extreme water slides, like really extreme. You can get on the website. I'm gonna leave you the dates, like the details right here in the description box, and you can see which kind of slides do they have. They're just amazing. There's been a new one which is called Tornado that they've just put like 2 years ago, approximately. And there you can go with children as well, don't get me wrong, but like for babies and for smaller like toddlers, it's not really the best place where you could go. In this case, I would choose Aquanatura first. The other park that a lot of people love in this area is Terra Mítica, which is in the mountains on the opposite side from the beach of Benidorm. And this is basically a theme park, like attractions park, but it's sadly closed right now. It's closed because finally, after 20 or even 30 years that they've been open, they've decided to change them. And they've decided to put some new attractions, some new things inside, like make it more modern for today. So yes, finally this will be happening. It's sad that they are closed, but they've strongly needed to refresh the park and change some things. So hopefully this will be for the best. They've said they're going to be opening in 2021, which is basically now, but I've checked it with them and they still don't know the exact opening date. There's also one other park which is quite smaller than, like, in comparison to these ones, and it's Safari Aitana. Safari is where basically you have a guide and you go through the mountains. It's like a park inside of the mountains, also the opposite side from the beach in Benidorm. And there you go, like with 4x4, like with the huge jeep, and they basically show you the animals, and animals are just crossing nearby, just walking freely. And this park is also open. A lot of parks in general here in Spain are opening because national tourism is available, everything is available for people that live here, and soon tourists, hopefully, fingers crossed, will come to Spain. So yes, parks are ready to open and are inviting the first and welcoming first people this year, because they've had tough times, but happily they are able to open. These were all the news for today. And what about the Spanish weather? I just want to say that the weather was quite stable. We had a lot of sunshine. We had very nice warm weather. We were able to go like with summer clothes outside, and we just were wishing to spend more and more time on the terraces, on the open air, in the garden, by the beach, like in the park, anywhere, but not home. But today in the morning, the weather changed. It was raining here in Benidorm area. And right now, actually, look outside and it's sunny once again. It's sunny once again. There is still some strong wind sometimes, but the weather is very nice. This is how it looks like in the rest of Spain. There's going to be some rain on the north part and a little bit on the south. And here in the Mediterranean area, it was in the morning, but it's not going to be anymore on the second part of the day. Tomorrow is going to be sunny in all Spain. Finally, once again, the good weather comes back. I don't know why this rain came, but they say that it came from UK. So the ones who live in UK and like that area, let us know if it was raining a lot and if there was a storm in your area. And the temperatures, as you can see on the second picture, are also approximately the same than they were a few days ago. Yesterday they went higher up, but it's because it was very sunny. The sun was just kicking very strong. But right now it's getting more stable and we have like a normal temperature for this part of the year. The water temperature here in Spain right now in Alicante area is of about 18.9 degrees at this very moment. So it's already not as cold. The water is not very cold. So very soon we'll be able to swim. These were all the news for today, my darlings. I hope you enjoyed watching them. And I'm going to see you tomorrow with a new video from Benidorm. We're going to continue visiting some more hotels. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel right here down below. I wish you a very nice and light beginning of a work week. See you tomorrow. Bye.